Hello everybody, you're looking at a report that I made to the Central Intelligence Agency involving the Boston Marathon bombers. This is a channel that was subscribed or shared subscription with the Snaribs, and the Snaribs also had involvement in link and in connection to my missing child. I had gone to the authorities for years and they did nothing about it, and now they are essentially ordering me to be murdered. Obviously I'm still alive, but we're going to take a look. The channel that I found the threat on did not belong to me on YouTube. A girl named by the name of Return of Fury belongs to somebody else. She is a reporter with Jawa Report, I believe. And there were a number of us who were online that reported this, and this was started the night that Osama bin Laden was announced to be deceased. So this is in 2011 in May. Actually 2010, excuse me. And I did what I could. And now, as you can see here, there are plenty of other people behind the scenes who reported lots of these channels. And so I don't want you to think that I should obtain sole credit, because that wouldn't be fair or reasonable. But now I am being harassed. Actually, people are trying to beat me up and harm me for essentially being a snitch. And I'm sorry, but if you threaten to blow up shit, you deserve to be snitched on. I'm going to go to the CIA and the FBI on you. And it is absolutely wrong for the United States government to not allow me to get any medical treatment whatsoever. And Wesley Medical is involved in deliberately denying me that treatment, along with via Christie Ascension, St. Joseph, and they won't give me medicine. They are denying me access to health insurance and medical care, and some of that betrayal is coming from members of my own family. And like I said, I have done nothing wrong in return and turning in these people, or anyone else for that matter who may have been involved. And this is how I did end up involved, was over suspicion of his behavior. And instead, they give him witness protection while denying me everything. They brainwashed my child against me, and even tried to twist this around and tried to say that I'm a terrorist for reporting these people. Now, I never met those boys. I never knew those boys. And I had hardly any connection to those boys other than with the DeVitos, or Janet DeVito, who was working with the Guardian Ad Litem office. So people with the child trafficking understand that some of your kids in these child trafficking rings, whether you allege CPS involvement or other people, they may be trafficking your kids to terrorist cells. And that is why they are ordering me to be murdered and denying me medical treatment. But you know something? Whether I live or die in the condition that I have right now, doesn't matter. I have to do what's right, and this is what's right. And I have no reason at all to be denied or to be treated the way that I am, or anybody else who might have turned them in, for that matter. This is not about religious discrimination. This is about groups of people who are using religion or whatever else to harm other people. And when you threaten to blow up people, kill people, or harm other people, I don't care what political party you are, I don't care what religion you are, it is wrong, and you're going to get your ass reported. And you know, Terrence William even said this a few days ago. He's absolutely right. There's nothing wrong with snitching on people that threaten to blow up shit and harm people. And I'm pretty angry, and I feel betrayed by my own government when I did what I thought was best and what is right. Now, I don't know every detail of what went on. All I know is that these people threatened, and I did what I could, or what I thought was best I could in the situation that I was at. And you guys can even see here that I even went and wrote a letter to YouTube directly to the CEO, Mark Zuckerman. And now, I'm being subject to even further harassment of people impersonating my family members on Facebook, defaming my character. I have people falsifying records on me to cover this up. And some of these channels that we reported even threatened to, blow up the YouTube office. I'm sorry, but threatening to hurt people should be reported. Period. No matter what religion you are. It's not about discrimination. It's about a group of people that are threatening to harm people. Alright? And these people are crazy. They are absolutely batshit crazy. Alright? And that Aljar had involvement in New Jersey. Alright? And they've even harmed other celebrities. Alright? Ariana Grande just had to go through, a little while back, a suicide bombing in one of her concerts. Now you liberals, whether I don't care what your opinion on Islam or anything else is, the fact of the matter is that there are people that are extremists, and there are people that will do these kinds of things in your concerts. And no one should be harassed, suppressed, or be ordered to die and denied medical treatment for turning them in or reporting them because they thought other people could be harmed or hurt. And you need to stop twisting things into some political agenda. Threatening to blow up people, whatever kind of group you are, domestic terrorist, foreign terrorist, doesn't really matter. What matters is that as a society in the United States, we believe in being a peaceable people, and for the most part, we agree that people shouldn't be harmed, shot, blown up, or anything, regardless of whatever you believe. And yes, I reported to Interpol. So if people have a problem with that, then I'm not very happy. Because what went on here is not entirely my fault. My own family wants to blame me for everything, when actually they had some involvement in it and kept me out of the loop. And what probably went on is that the father of my daughter probably wasn't who he said he was, and I wasn't even told by anybody. And it should never have gotten to the point that it did. And now it's affecting both my adoptive families and my biological families. It's a lot of families. And that is not on me, and I am tired of the blame going on in my own family. I am tired of the blame of other people turning it and twisting it into some kind of political agenda for you lawyers and for you celebrities. Because if you think it's just about that, you are endangering your own concert ticket buyers and people and your fans if you don't take some of these things seriously. Now, I'm not saying every Muslim's going to go and blow you up. I don't think that's the case. If that were true, then you'd have billions of suicide bombers, but you don't have that. But there are groups of people out there that will do these kinds of things. And no one should be suppressed, all right? No one should be denied a life for doing what's right. And this all started with me filing a Human Rights Commission complaint on a company called DeRosa Associates. And some of the members of that were involved with identity theft rings overseas. And I was kept from knowing that. I was kept from collecting the settlement. And so you have a bunch of people running around doing identity theft of all kinds of sorts of things. Affected my brother. I wasn't even told about that. And I'm getting tired of being treated as if I am not an adult. I had every right to know about it. And my own family made a point of hiding things from me. All right? And this is not about religion. This is about groups of people that want to harm Americans, harm foreign citizens that live a regular life. They raise their families, they have kids to raise, they go to work, go to school. And you have people trying to turn it into a discrimination agenda. And it's not a discrimination agenda. This is a matter of people being threatened and people doing what they think is right. I can't even go to the U.S. Supreme Court because the father of my daughter, if he's even this person in this affidavit, had to twist things around and claim I'm involved with people I don't even know. I was in high school, right, when this went on. I had nothing, really anything to do with me. But it dragged in Mr. Michael Aquino and Mr. David Schurter. And this more had to do with my biological family, maybe. But it's very indirect. And you drag me into a situation that had nothing to do with me. And this is absolutely wrong, what is going on. And that is why I'm upset. And that is why I left a video that I would never do it again. But probably, to tell you the truth, I can't stand the sight of people being hurt. And that I probably would turn somebody in again if they did. But it really hurts when you own country out of treachery and promoting one family over another. Gets to steal your kid, brainwash your kid. Gets to steal your whole family. Your probate. Gets to write nasty comments like this. And then harass you on Facebook after you notified Zuckerman that there were people running around on YouTube threatening to blow up YouTube office. Now, whether those were legitimate threats or whether they were just grasping for straws, but these are all the things that he wrote in emails. Now, Mr. Clark is not a doctor, so he has no business threatening what he did, or spreading lies, claiming that I have some kind of personality disorder, which, by the way, I've never been diagnosed with anything like that. And it's all coming from him and his family because they want credit for my work. He gets to run around and be an informant and twist things around and gets to steal the credit for my own work. All because he's related to the Brodericks, and he's an in-law distantly to Kavanaugh and the Kennedys. Now, if that isn't one-sided, then I don't know what is. Now, let's talk about Mr. Paroli, which I met only years later. They run around and try to induct you into their order without telling you what they're about. And again, I have nothing to do with the OTO. I don't even know any of these people. And they're in some kind of magical war with a queen or whoever they are. Well, whatever. That's their problem. And Mr. Paroli is not a doctor. And this had nothing to do with my daughter's case, other than the fact that he did say, well, that he did have involvement in taking her. So, yeah, this man's allowed to stalk me. His brother, Paul Clark's allowed to stalk me. His ex-sister-in-law is allowed to mess around with my health records, probably. And they get away with everything, all because they have family working in the government and working on the U.S. Supreme Court, and they want to twist everything around to their own benefit. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of this one-sided nepotism bullshit. Still holding my daughter hostage. So that is why I'm not very happy with the situation. And there are emails that I sent to Jay Fallon, and even Thomas threatened Hillary Clinton. Now, I am not a fan of all of Hillary Clinton's policies, but if you threaten the life of Hillary Clinton, I'm going to report it. If you threaten the life of Donald Trump, I'm going to fucking report it. And if you get a problem with that, then you're not American, because people have a right to vote for whoever they want, whether you like them or not. And if people are in office and they're working for the government, whether you like them or not, if you're going to threaten them, you're going to get your ass reported. If you want to call me a snitch, go ahead. Call me a snitch. That's not how the things are supposed to work in this country. Just because we don't agree with someone doesn't mean you have a right to threaten to harm them. They're still public servants. Whether it's Hillary, Donald Trump, Ross Perot, or anyone else. Gavin Newsom, Governor Brown out of California. What does it matter? The point is that they are elected, they got voted in, or they got hired, whether you like their policies or not. And if people are going to run around and threaten and harm these people while they're working their job, then they deserve to be reported.